Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? It is time to start our day. It is time to work and play. Hello everybody, how are you? Hi everybody, how are you today? Happy Friday everyone. Do you like my ears? These are my elephant ears. We're going to be talking about some animals today, so I thought I would come dressed the part. If you have an animal costume, an animal headband, animal ears, animal mask, whatever you have, if you want to pause the video and go get it, go put your animal stuff on and come back and join me, and we'll be animals together today, okay? That would be a lot of fun. Today, again, I want to start with a book. I love reading books with you guys, and I've got a great one for today. Actually, we started reading this book last week. Do you remember? We spent a lot of time last week talking about creation, and I was reading from my Jesus Storybook Bible. I've got another story from there that I want to share with you today. Like I said, last week we talked about creation. Creation was a long process where God made everything. And at the end of the week, before he rested, the last day that he created things, he created animals and people. And he created the first two people whose names were Adam and Eve. Well, after Adam and Eve were created, many more people came, and the world started to get filled with people. So some time has passed, and we're going to find out what was going on a little bit later down the road in the story here. This story is called A New Beginning. Time passed, and many people filled the earth. Everyone everywhere had forgotten about God. Oh, how sad. And they were only doing bad things all the time. God's heart was filled with pain when he saw what had happened to the world that he loved. Everywhere there was disease and death and destruction, all the things that made God the most sad. Now Noah was God's friend, which was odd in those days because no one else was. Noah listened to God. He talked to God. He just loved being with God, like you do with your best friend. Noah, God said, things have gone wrong. People have filled my world with hate instead of love. They are destroying themselves and each other and my world. I must stop them. First, we'll build an ark. Do you guys know how to build an ark, boys and girls? I don't. Noah didn't either. But luckily, God knew, and he was going to show him what to do. A storm is coming, God told Noah, but I will rescue you. I promise. I'll send the animals to you. Ones that creep and crawl and slither and slime and gallop and hop and bound and climb. And don't forget to pack everyone's food. Boy, it's going to be a crowded ark. An ark is like a boat. An ark is a boat. That was going to be very crowded. The storm was going to wash away all the hate and the sadness and everything that had gone wrong and make the world clean again. God had thought up a way to keep Noah safe, but Noah would have to trust God and do exactly what God told him. So Noah built an ark, short for very large boat. Noah's neighbors came out to watch and point and laugh because they didn't believe Noah about the boat or the storm or needing to be rescued. And Noah must have looked rather silly. His boat was in the desert. The desert was nowhere near the sea, and there wasn't even a cloud in the sky. Why would anyone need an umbrella, let alone a boat? You know why? Because God told him. God told him and he listened. Oh, it's getting crowded. Look at all that. Look at all those animals in there. But Noah didn't mind so much what other people thought. He minded what God thought. So he just did what God told him to do. When the ark was ready, God said, all aboard. And Noah's family and all the animals climbed inside. Then God shut the door. Oh, goodness gracious. It started raining for minutes that joined up into hours, that joined up into days, that joined up into weeks and weeks. And the rain joined up into puddles, that joined up into rivers, that joined up into lakes, that joined up into a flood that covered the whole world. Their boat, that had once seemed so big, suddenly seemed very small. But in the middle of the huge storm, and the crashing waves, and all the thunder and lightning through it all, God was with them. And God kept them safe for 40 long days and 40 long nights. Finally, the rain stopped. The sun came out, and Noah threw open all the windows. Hooray! Everyone shouted. Noah sent his dove out to explore, and it wasn't long before she brought him back a fresh olive leaf. Everyone knew exactly what that meant. She had found a tree and land. The water was going down. At last, the boat landed quite suddenly on top of a great mountain. As soon as it was safe, God said, "Out you come," and so they did, everyone skipping and dancing onto the dry land. The first thing Noah did was to thank God for rescuing them, just as he had promised. And the first thing God did was make another promise. "I won't ever destroy the world again." And like a warrior who puts away his bow and arrow at the end of a great battle, God said, "See, I have hung up my bow in the clouds." What kind of bow did God hang up in the clouds? Beautiful rainbow. And there in the clouds, just where the storm meets the sun, was a beautiful bow made of light. It was a new beginning in God's world. It wasn't long before everything went wrong again. But God wasn't surprised. He knew this would happen. That's why, before the beginning of time, before he created anything, he had another plan, a better plan. A plan not to destroy the world, but to rescue it. A plan to one day send his own son, the rescuer. God's strong anger against hate and sadness and death will come down once more, but not on his people or his world. Nope, God's war bow was not pointing down at his people. It was pointing up into the heart of heaven. Well, that's pretty cool, isn't it, you guys? That's a really special story, all about a very faithful man, a very trusting man named Noah. Now, I happen to have a Noah with me today. Hi, good boys and girls. This is Noah. We're gonna kind of help him today. His ark that he has been working so hard on is right here. He has been building and building and working so hard, and he created this ark so he could obey God and he could rescue all of the animals and his family too. So Noah, would you like us to help you load the ark today? He does. He wants us to help us. Noah, let's get this door opened up. Here's the door where everybody's going to get on board. There we go. Now the animals can't just walk up like that. They need a ramp. So Noah, can you wait inside the ark for us? Thank you, sir. Here's a ramp for the animals to all walk up. Let's see. What kind of animals do you think Noah had on his ark? Do you think maybe he had an elephant or two? He had two of every kind of animal. He had a boy and a girl of every animal. We're going to put one elephant up on our Noah's ark. Here he goes. In he goes. He's going to hang out inside the ark and wait for the rain to start. This guy's got a scary face. Hippo. He had a boy hippo. He had a girl hippo. He's going to get up on our ark. Who else is going to get loaded into our ark today? Lion. Boy lion, girl lion. They're going to get on the ark. You can't have a lion and not have a tiger. Here you go, Mr. Tiger. You get up on the ark. You can hang up back here with the elephant. We've got my favorite, the gorilla. He's going to walk his way up the ramp and into our ark. Who else have we got here today? A rhinoceros. Here he goes. He's getting on. He's going to hang out with the hippo over there. And again, two of every animal, boy animal and a girl animal. Now, that wasn't all the animals. It wasn't just the great big jungle animals. Dogs, cats, snakes, birds, everything joined Noah on the ark, including his family. Do you remember what the story told us? After everybody, including the family, had gotten on the ark, who closed the door? Was it Noah? Was it Noah's sons? Noah's wife? No. God did. God closed the door. He moved the ramp. He moved the ramp and he closed the door. Everybody was inside the ark, and what started happening? It started raining. It rained. The raindrops started coming, just a few in the beginning. It wasn't too much. But then more rain came. More rain came. It rained on the ark. It rained around the ark. Do you remember how long it rained? For 40 days and 40 nights. That is a long time. All right, show me 10 fingers. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We all have 10 fingers. 40 is showing me 10 fingers 4 times. You ready? 10, 20, 30, 40. 40 is 4 groups of 10. That's a long time for the rain to come down. But then finally one day, the rain stopped. It just stopped coming. And the waters, the flooded waters, started to go down and down and down. And Noah decided to send a dove off of the ark to go see what he could find, to see if he could find anything besides water. Do you remember what the dove found? He came back with an olive leaf, which meant that there were trees and bushes and plants again, and there was dry land. So then, after the ark landed on dry land, Noah looked up in the sky. Do you remember what he saw? He saw a beautiful rainbow up there. Way up high in the sky was a beautiful rainbow that was God's promise to us that he would never come and flood the earth again. Thank you, God, for promising us that. We appreciate it. Even though sometimes, like I said, it feels like it's raining and raining and raining, it'll never flood like it did for Noah. Noah was a good and faithful man, and we need to be good and faithful listeners to God as well. A rainbow is a promise, a promise, a promise. A rainbow is a promise from God. That he'll never, no, never, he'll never, no, never, he'll never flood the earth. That's our promise from God. Thanks, God. Thank you again for that cool promise. Now, I have some things that you guys can do when we're done watching the video. First of all, you can make a rainbow. This is on Facebook for your grown-up to print out for you, and you can come and you can print it out and you can color in your own rainbow. And it has some colors here to tell you what to paint or what to color in each one of the arcs of the rainbow. You can find that on Facebook and ask your grown-up to print that out. Something else that you can find on Facebook, Noah's Ark. You can print this out and make Noah's Ark too. Now this one, depending on what you're going to do with it, you might want to print it on cardstock so it's a little sturdier. You can take craft sticks and you can fill those into these spaces and you can color the craft sticks or you can color the ark. And then maybe you can add some animals to Noah's Ark as well. Maybe if you have some animal stickers, or you could draw some animals and help Noah load your ark as well. One more project that you guys can do. This is kind of a fun one, but it's a little bit more work. I have a paper plate. Okay, I folded him in half. What shape does he make? Does that look familiar? Does that look familiar? It's a rainbow shape, isn't it? When you fold a paper plate in half, you get a rainbow shape. So what you can do with this is you can take some cotton balls and you can glue them all over so it's like a cloud over the rainbow. Then you can make the beautiful colors of the rainbow hanging down. I have some pipe cleaners here. That's what I've got to attach. I could staple this on, glue this on. I could put a hole through here and tie this on if I wanted to. I have a red one, a purple one, and I have a green one. So I can get the colors of the rainbow hanging down there. You don't need pipe cleaners. You can use colored paper. You can use white paper that you color. You can use the other half of the paper plate if you cut that out. You can break that into strips and attach that hanging down. You can use crepe paper, tissue paper, whatever you have. You can make your own rainbows today. Before we finish, I want to do one more thing with you. And this involves your whole body. So I'm going to need you to stand up and get ready. And we're going to do one more song together. Are you guys ready to sing a Noah song with me? Everybody up. Let's learn our Noah song together. We're going to start with one hammer. You ready? Noah works with one hammer, one hammer, one hammer. Noah works with one hammer, then he works with two. Noah works with two hammers, two hammers, two hammers. Noah works with two hammers, then he works with three. Gotta get your legs moving. Noah works with three hammers, three hammers, three hammers. Noah works with three hammers, then he works with four. Noah works with four hammers, four hammers, four hammers. Noah works with four hammers, then he works with five. What do we have left? Both arms, both legs, how about our head? Noah works with five hammers, five hammers, five hammers. Noah works with five hammers, then he goes to sleep. Bye guys, thanks for hanging out with me and learning about Noah today. I will see you next week. Have great weekends. Bye everybody.